The following is a production of the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. Ottumwa Baseball is coming your way on 1240 AM and 102.7 FM KBIZ. Ottumwa Bulldogs sports broadcasts are brought to you by these sponsors: Black Hawk Auto Body, by Champion Bowl in Ottumwa, by Citizens Mutual, by Cole Palace Cafe and Books, by Community First Credit Union, by Lee's Photography, by Lisco, by Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic, by Meridian Credit Union, by Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse, by the Ottumwa Job Corps Center, by Petrito Orthodontics, by Reflection Studio, by Schroeder Graphics, by Shelter Insurance, and by Slayton Polaris. Now, let's get you to the field with the voice of your Ottumwa Bulldogs, Jason Van Arkel.
Ottumwa High Baseball is on the air. Good afternoon, everybody. We are on the west side of the Des Moines metro area in ever rapidly growing Waukee. Jason Van Arkel with you from the press box this afternoon. Annie Argo is my on-site video producer. Brandon Drew, the radio producer, back at the KBIZ studios. And it's an early season CIML doubleheader between a couple of teams off to hot starts. Your 5-1 Ottumwa Bulldogs and the 5-1 Waukee Warriors. Now, Waukee came into the season expected to do well, and they have done well, ranked 4th in the state in the Iowa Baseball Coaches Association poll. Ottumwa unranked, but off to that 5-1 start. Couple of wins over Ankeny Centennial, a win over Oskaloosa, and then last night, a pair of hard-fought, low-scoring, well-pitched wins over Des Moines East. Meanwhile, the Warriors have really run through some teams that you would normally think would be pretty good. They blew out Mason City twice. They blew out Class 3 number 8 Dallas Center Grimes 12-2. They blew out Des Moines Roosevelt 9-0. And then yesterday, the 4th-ranked Warriors split a pair with 2nd-ranked Urbandale, winning 4-0 but losing the other game 2-0. Waukee is known for its pitching this season, at least early on. Half their games, they've shut out the opponent. The other half, they've allowed exactly 2 runs. And offensively, you look at their numbers, you don't see one guy or 2 guys that stand out and you say, oh my gosh, they're hitting 500, they've hit 5 home runs already, but they've just got a whole group of guys that have collectively chipped into the effort. You got a lot of guys hitting, over 300 or near 300. Their on-base percentages are good. The slugging percentages are up. They've scored a lot of runs, but it's not just 1 or 2 guys beating the tar out of the ball. It's a lot of guys hitting well, and that's allowed the Warriors to get off to their start. Ottumwa, by contrast, their pitching has been almost as good as Waukee's. The hitting's been a little bit hit or miss. The Bulldogs didn't hit very well last night, but still got 2 wins at home to open conference play. And speaking of not hitting, when we signed off last night, we had Des Moines East in that second game with 2 hits. Of course, what we do in the press box is unofficial, and the coaches put in their stats of their respective teams after the game, and that becomes the official record. Well, there's a little bit of a disagreement between Ottumwa and Des Moines East, at least in the stats, about how many hits the Scarlets had. Ottumwa's stats showed East with only 1 hit, so one of those plays we decided was a hit, Ottumwa decided was an error, so they put in the stat book a collective 1-hitter. Des Moines East was even harsher on themselves. They said they didn't have any hits at all. So according to the East stats, Ottumwa threw a combined no-hitter last night, and whether it was no hits or 1 hit, still a great effort by the Bulldog pitching staff in that victory. It was a 4-3 game, but some Ottumwa miscues allowed East to hang around as long as they did. But the Bulldogs got those 2 wins, and now it's time for an early season, I guess a litmus test would be a good way to describe it. Waukee is a perennial state tournament contender, always seems like they're getting to the state tournament, which unfortunately will not be at Principal Park this year, by the way, but the Warriors always seem to get there, but Ottumwa always seems to play Waukee pretty well. Since 2013, according to Varsity Bound, the teams have met 7 times, and Ottumwa leads the series 4-3. And I remember, specifically I remember coming up here in 2014, Bulldogs were off to a slow start, but Stephen Wilson, who would go on to develop into an outstanding pitcher his senior year that year, he pitched an excellent game. Ottumwa won 2-1 here. And that really kind of jump-started the Bulldogs season. They suddenly said, hey, we can play with one of the best in the state, and they went on a tear. Ended up getting all the way to the sub-state final and suffering a close loss to Valley that year. So Ottumwa has played well in this series. It'll be a challenge today, of course. The Warriors, as we said, ranked 4th and off to a hot start, but hopefully we should have a good doubleheader between 2 teams that are playing well in the early portion of the season. Right now, we'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we return, I'll have the starting lineups for Game 1. Bulldogs and Warriors coming your way on a warm summer afternoon here on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
All across America, hardworking farm and ranch families grow the food that feeds us and form the backbone of countless communities. As a proud American company, we're here to say thanks with Polaris Ag Advantage, an exclusive program to support America's farmers and ranchers in recognition for all you do.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people with goals, people who want to save more, people that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you, great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dwayne Petrito, your orthodontist in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. Many of our patients are playing in this game, and we want you to know we are happy to see you representing your school and playing hard. If you haven't been in to see us yet, please call our office for an appointment. Your first appointment is always free. From start to finish, we are here for you every step of the way. We specialize in giving you a great smile and bite. We look forward to seeing you soon. Our team is cheering for you in today's game.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent: our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I did not come to play, I came to dominate.
Ottumwa High Baseball on KBIZ and on that live video stream at ottumwaradio.com. If you're watching on the video stream, you're seeing the Bulldogs take infield warm-up right now. Let's check those starting lineups. First for Ottumwa head coach John Yeager. He sends out this starting 9. Leading off and playing center field, Colton McKinnon. Batting second, the shortstop, Mitch Wood. Jesus Jaime will play third base and bat third. And Adam Griner, the designated hitter, batting cleanup. Adam Deniston will catch and bat fifth. Thomas Mitchell at first base, batting sixth. Miles Sainer, the left fielder, hits seventh. Carter Thompson, the second baseman, will bat eighth. And batting ninth is the right fielder, Tanner Shark. On the mound for Ottumwa, senior Ryan Slack making his second start of the year. He's 1-0, does not have an earned run average. He got a victory in his season opening start last week at Oskaloosa. Gave up just 2 hits. Had a couple of walks, but 4 strikeouts. As for Waukee, Dave Dirks, their head coach. In his 10th season, he's done a lot of winning here at Waukee, and this will be his lineup. Leading off and playing center field, Jacob Barton. Batting second, the designated hitter, Jackson Wentworth. John Doty, the first baseman, will bat third, and batting cleanup is the right fielder, Aiden McGee. Colin Evers at second base, batting fifth. Joe White, the shortstop, hits sixth. The catcher, Jackson Van Pelt, bats seventh. Camden Kaufman, the third baseman, will hit eighth. And batting ninth is the left fielder, Dale Stout. On the mound for Waukee is senior Matthew Irvine, who's making his second start of the season. He's 1-0, does not have an ERA, 6 2/3 scoreless innings last week in his season opener. Allowed just 2 hits, walked 1, and struck out 6. So a couple of pitchers with season opening wins. A couple of seniors, Ryan Slack for Ottumwa, Matthew Irvine for Waukee, in game 1 of our doubleheader this afternoon. It is all part of a very busy week of Ottumwa broadcasts here on KBIZ and on our live video stream. Tomorrow will be our 3rd day of baseball in a row. We'll be back at home at Legion Memorial Field taking on Indianola, so we'll see more purple when we get back home tomorrow. That doubleheader will have a first pitch at 5 o'clock. And then on Friday, we haven't forgotten about softball this week. We'll catch up with softball on the weekend. Friday, the Bulldogs softball team will play host to Dowling in a doubleheader beginning at 5. And then on Saturday, Ottumwa softball will play 2 games in the Oskaloosa tournament at the Lacey Sports Complex. OHS will take on Albia at 12:45 on Saturday, and then they'll face the host team Oskaloosa at 2:30. And a note about that, we will have that Albia game on the video stream on Saturday. We will not have the Oskaloosa game because that'll count as an Oskaloosa home game, and the school there has an exclusive video agreement with another media entity, so we're not allowed to do live video of any Ottumwa at Oskaloosa action. We had that last week when Ottumwa baseball played there, so we'll have to deal with that on Saturday. So video for the Albia Ottumwa softball game on Saturday, but no video, radio only for Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. Getting closer to first pitch. Both teams have completed the infield warm-up process. Again, it is another warm and pleasant day for baseball. It's getting hotter. It's going to get hotter on the weekend. By the time we get to Oskaloosa on Saturday, we're going to be baking a little bit in the summer heat. But right now it's pretty pleasant, right around 80 degrees. When we get to first pitch, we'll have your actual game time conditions. But again, right around 80 degrees. Nice little breeze blowing. Kind of blowing, if we look at the flag out beyond the left field fence, blowing towards the left field corner. So a right to left wind here at Waukee's baseball park. And as we look at the field here, we've been here before. Like I said, my most memorable one was back in 2014. Not sure we've done a game here since. We've done pretty much everything Ottumwa versus Waukee over the last decade or so. Remember, we had a softball regional final there a few years ago. We've had a couple of football games at Waukee, and of course several basketball games at their impressive field house over at the high school. And by the way, we should note that this is the last summer that Waukee will be a one high school town. In the fall, they will open Waukee Northwest High School. Those will be the Wolves, and if I remember correctly, they're just doing the split 50-50, so some kids who play for Waukee will next year play for Waukee Northwest in all the sports. I'm not sure how the schedules will line up next year in terms of will we play the Warriors, will we play the Northwest Wolves. Obviously, we won't in football. We know that schedule, but basketball schedules, we could see one or the other. Of course, there's the other sports. There's volleyball. When we get to the summer, baseball and softball again. It'll be interesting to see how that goes for Waukee. I know they're excited to have the growth, excited to be expanding, and they've put a lot of good planning into it, so they're getting ready for that next year. And it's something we've seen before in the CIML. Ankeny had it a few years ago, and it'll be Waukee's turn going into the next school year. And then, of course, and I don't know how sensitive of a subject this is for the schools that are up here, but Ottumwa will be one of the teams that after next school year will leave the CIML and form a new 10-team conference, at least 10 teams. You've heard all about that before, I'm sure. It'll be Ottumwa, Fort Dodge, Mason City, Marshalltown, Ames, and then the 5 Des Moines schools, North Hoover, Roosevelt, Lincoln, and East. And still not sure what they're going to call it. Some people wanted to call it the Big Ten early on. I think that momentum died out, and I'm glad about that. I don't think you want to call it the Big Ten. That sounds like a ripoff, to be honest. But that will be in effect not until after next school year. So as we sit here broadcasting baseball and softball this summer, when we get around to next summer, Ottumwa baseball and softball will still be in the CIML and still be in the Metro Conference for next summer. It'll be the following fall that Ottumwa in all sports other than football will be a part of the new conference. Of course, football conferences don't matter anymore. It's where you get put in a district. But so that move is still a year away, and it's a little weird to talk about it being that far out, but it will be here before you know it. So right now the two head coaches meeting with our two-man umpiring crew at home plate, exchanging the lineup cards, going over the ground rules here at Waukee Stadium. A nice facility they have here. A pretty decent amount of foul territory between home plate and the backstop, and between the baselines and the dugouts. It's not quite as much as back home at Legion Memorial Field, but it's another one of those fields where there's enough foul territory that a foul pop that might be just a foul ball in some other parks will likely be an out here. Now that foul territory tapers off as you go down to the corner, so there's not a lot of room for a ball to rattle around if you hit it down the line. They don't have the depths of the fences marked out on the outfield wall, but it's not as deep as Ottumwa. You know, we're 385 to center, 370 to the alleys, 335 to the corners at home. This field not as big, but certainly not a tiny field by any stretch. Fence, I would say, is about 8 feet high all the way around. It's got a purple tarp on it. It says Waukee on the left center wall, Warriors on the right center wall in gold. The scoreboard is above and behind the right center field fence. Bulldogs have the first base dugout, the visitor dugout, Waukee with the home third base dugout here on the west side of the Des Moines metro area. Ottumwa's going to wear the gunmetal gray jerseys. You've got red lettering, or red numbers trimmed in white on the back. Red lettering on the front, white pants for the Bulldogs, red caps, and red batting helmets. Waukee home white jerseys, purple lettering Waukee across the front. Purple numbers on the back, purple numbers front and back, white pants, purple cap with a gold brim. And Waukee's already out warming up, so Annie and Brandon, we will not have a national anthem before Game 1. They're going to do it before Game 2, so let's file that away in our memory banks.
Pitcher Matthew Irvin, batting third, number 27 at first base.
And Matthew Irvin, the right-handed pitcher, the senior, is warming up for Waukee. The defense behind him has Dale Stout in left, Jacob Barton in center, Aiden McGee in right, Camden Kaufman at third, Joe White at short, Colin Evers at second, John Doty at first, and Jackson Van Pelt is behind the plate.
And number 9, batting ninth, number 11, left fielder Dale Stout.
Going to get this ball game going just a minute or two after 5 o'clock. Good to have you with us. Second baseball broadcast in a row here on KBIZ and on the live video stream. Maybe one or two more warm-up pitches for Matthew Irvin, and then Colton McKinnon will get things started in the batter's box. When McKinnon stands in, he'll stand in as a .235 hitter, 4 for 17. A couple of runs batted in. He has drawn a couple of walks. He was the winning pitcher in Game 1 last night over Des Moines East. Plays center when he doesn't pitch. And we're ready to go. First pitch of the ball game is a strike at the knees, 0-1. Our first pitch at 5:02. And now the 0-1. Breaking ball up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. 79 degrees here in Waukee. Got partly to mostly sunny skies. Some big white puffy clouds up there. That pitch, another strike at the knees, and it's 1-2 to McKinnon. South wind at 5 miles an hour, and that's blowing right to left. The pitch, chopper back towards the mound. Irvin off to his right, picks it up, slips, throws, and got him by a half step for out number 1. His plant foot kind of slid on the grass, but he maintained his balance and made the play, 1 down. That brings up the Iowa Hawkeye baseball recruit, senior Mitch Wood. Hitting .533 with a double and an RBI. He's already been walked 4 times. Teams don't like to pitch to him very much. First pitch here, and that's fouled off to the right out of play, 0-1. As many of you know, Mitch committed to Iowa way back when he was a freshman. And he was about this tall back then, but he's filled out some since then. Checked his swing, pitch was high, 1 ball, 1 strike. The wind by Irvin and the 1-1. Fouled straight back, had that timed, but couldn't square it up, 1-2. Jesus Jaime on deck, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Wood, 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the first. Outfield shading him to pull. The pitch. Checked his swing, called strike 3, out number 2. That brings up third baseman Jesus Jaime. Hitting .316 with a double and a couple of runs batted in. Still really hasn't gotten the power back going like we saw last year. Slugging percentage only .368. That will grow as the summer goes along. Takes a pitch on the inner half for a strike, 0-1. Two out, nobody on. The 0-1 is low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Wind up by Irvin in the 1-1. Fouled back to the screen, 1-2. It's a long run for the young man from the Waukee dugout to retrieve that foul ball. Dugout's a little bit up the baselines here. The pitch, fouled in the air off to the right, out of play. That's probably all the way out to the street. Still 1-2. If you live across the street from the ball diamond here, you might find yourself a souvenir or two. That pitch, swing and a miss in the dirt, strike 3. And picked up by the catcher Van Pelt, throw down to first. The inning is over. Ottumwa down in order. We go to the bottom of the first. The Bulldogs nothing. Waukee is coming up on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Schroeder Graphics and Signs, LLC, across the road from RJ Performance, is your go-to headquarters for all things custom designed, including vehicle wraps, printing, signs, billboards, and state-of-the-art commercial lighted signs. They also do window designs, semis, and VIN DOTs, wall designs, any size of coolers, customized bag boards, custom trailers, tumblers, race cars, go-karts, off-road vehicles, and more. Realtors, contact them for your custom yard signs, too. Visit sgsignsllc.com and like them on Facebook. Schroeder Graphics, be a brand above.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Gotta go all the way.
Bottom of the first inning. Ottumwa was retired in order in the top half by Waukee. Now, right-hander Ryan Slack will take the mound for his first inning of work. The defense behind him, Miles Sainer in left, Colt McKinnon in center, Tanner Shark in right, Jesus Jaime at third, Mitch Wood at short, Carter Thompson at second, Thomas Mitchell at first, and Adam Deniston behind the plate. By the way, we do have an update on Trey Swartz, who would normally be the starting first baseman. He was injured in Game 1 yesterday against East, diving back into first. Injured his hand. It was initially thought to be maybe just a dislocation. He'd be out a couple of days. Now, there is concern that there might be a tiny bone chip in that finger, and if they would have to go in to remove that, he could miss up to a month. So we're hoping for some better news than that, but Swartz, who's off to a hot start at the plate, he might be down for a little while. Fortunately, Thomas Mitchell has played well when he's had his opportunity. All right, here's Waukee's leadoff hitter, Jacob Barton, left-handed batting center fielder. And the first pitch from Slack misses up and away, ball 1. Barton hitting an even .300, but an on-base of .481. He's got 2 doubles and an RBI. He's walked 5 times and has been hit by 2 pitches. Now the 1-0. On the outside corner for a called strike. Even at 1-1. Outfield pretty much straight away for Ottumwa. On the infield, Jaime even with the bag, but off it by about 20 feet at third base. Slack into the windup and the 1-1. Low and away, 2-1. Barton with a neon gold and black bat in his hands, white batting gloves, waves it behind his head as that pitch swung on and missed. And the count goes to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Deniston will set up on the outer half. The pitch up high, 3-2. There's always a temptation when you're facing a good team to try to be too perfect with your pitches. All right, here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for out number 1. That time he put the ball right where he wanted it on the outside corner at the letters.
Designate hitter Jackson Wentworth.
And that'll bring up the DH for the Warriors, Jackson Wentworth. .333 on the season, 3 for 9, couple of doubles. He's driven in 6. That's second on the team. Slugging .667. Right-hander to right-hander now, and the pitch is on the outside corner at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Now Ryan into the wind and the pitch off the plate outside. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Denniston in the crouch with that right leg extended out beside him as that pitch a little bit inside, and the count goes to 2-1 on Wentworth. Every now and then, Adam Denniston will drop down in that stance, and I'm going to date myself as to how old I am and how much of a baseball nerd I am, as that pitch is swung on and missed 2-2. But when he goes down, he sticks that leg out to the side. It reminds me of Tony Pena back in the 80s, the Pirates and later Cardinals catcher. Would often pass up the crouch and stick that leg out to the right. 2-2 to Wentworth. Denniston has a leg out again, and here's the pitch. Little roller past the mound, and it'll get into center field for a one-out single. That was off the end of the bat, but well placed by Wentworth.
Next up, first baseman number 27, John Doty.
So here's John Doty, the team's RBI leader. Senior first baseman hitting an even .400. 2 doubles, 1 home run. He's driven in 10. Wentworth down at first, does not have a stolen base attempt this year. Waukee hasn't run a whole lot as that pitch is lown away, ball 1. The Warriors, 7 steals in 8 tries, so when they go, they're successful, but the Des Moines East team we saw last night had run about twice as much as Waukee has. Long pause by Slack. The 1-0 pitch inside to Doty, and it's 2-0. Slack from the stretch over on the first base side of the rubber. He was working deliberately with no one on base and now really taking his time. The 2-0. Fouled straight back, 2-1. The backstop here in Waukee is your typical fence backstop, but it does have a low brick wall at the base. And that foul ball ricocheted off the bricks and went all the way, about a third of the way up the first base line. You get the feeling you might get a wild pitch here that could really take a wild bounce and turn into something crazy. Hopefully that doesn't happen to Ottumwa. The 2-1, swinging a foul off to the left as Slack got inside on Doty, 2-2. 1 out, 1 on, bottom of the first, no score. Mitchell holding Wentworth on at first, middle infield, hoping for a double play ground ball. Outfield straightaway, Sainer fairly shallow and left, at least from my perspective it seems. The 2-2. Slow chopper left side, going to be a tough play for Jaime. He'll barehand it. And Doty stopped running, the throw to first, and now the umpires are going to confer. I think Doty thought he fouled the ball off his leg. Everybody just kind of stopped there for a moment. The plate umpire ran up the line to call the play. Doty thought it was a foul ball. Jaime stopped and looked around, then threw to first, and they're going to rule him out. That's interesting. Ottumwa will take it. I can't imagine Waukee's too happy about that.
Next up, number 19, right fielder, Aiden McGee.
Now, again, I think that call favors Ottumwa because Doty's retired. You've got 2 outs even though there's a man in scoring position. We'll revisit that here in a moment. First, it's Aiden McGee, the right fielder. And Slack with a couple of checks of the runner and the pitch. Up and in, ball 1. McGee hitting .350, 3 doubles, a home run. He's driven in 4. So revisiting the point now, Doty stopped running. Now, I'm sure his coaches would tell him, just run until you hear it called. That ball on the outside corner, but a little bit low. And it's 2-0 to McGee. On the other hand, I think if you're the batter, I think you would know if you fouled the ball off your own foot. So I don't blame Doty for stopping. He thought he just, fouled it off his body, and apparently nobody else saw it. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a foul, and that was an awkward swing by McGee. The pitch came up and in, and I don't think he wanted to, but he fouled it off to the right, and it's 2-1. So Ottumwa may have gotten a break on the ground out by Doty, and Slack trying to take advantage of it and get out of the inning with only the one base runner. There's a slow chopper left side, charged and dropped by Jaime on the edge of the grass, and everybody's safe. Zeus couldn't come up with that cleanly. Wood picked it up behind him, but not in time to tag the runner Wentworth coming to third. McGee is safe on the error. And the batter will be the second baseman, Colin Evers, as Ottumwa has given Waukee an extra out here, and that's something you really cannot do against a top 5 team. Evers hitting .267. He's driven in a pair of runs. He has 4 walks. Waukee has walked 36 times in 6 games. That's 6 walks a game. Right-hander to left-hander here. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. The throw goes through, and it's not in time. As McGee steals second, Wentworth held at third. That is the second stolen base in 3 tries for Aiden McGee, and now 2 men in scoring position. Count is 0-1. Slack from the stretch, and the pitch. Up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. So we've had a strikeout, a ground ball single, a ground out where Waukee thought it should have been a foul ball off the foot, an error, a stolen base, second and third, eventful bottom of the first inning. Still no score to this point. And now Slack's 1-1. Popped in the air, foul off to the left out of play. Look out, cars over there. Oh, it hit the roof of a car parked in a place I would never park if there was a game going on. 1-2. How'd I get a dent in the roof of my car? Well, where'd you park? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Second and third, 2 down. The pitch. Called strike 3 in the outside corner, and in the interest of honesty, if both pitchers get that call all night, we might not see any scoring for a while. But Slack's out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left. We go to the second inning in a scoreless ball game, Ottumwa and Waukee on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi everyone, this is Karina Drummond with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. We are a full-service salon offering hair, nail, brow, lash, facial, and waxing services. We also handle weddings, proms, and other large events with multiple person makeover sessions, so contact us early to get booked for your next event. We thank all of our loyal customers for your patronage and invite all newcomers to join our salon family. And remember, looking good doesn't happen by chance, it happens by appointment with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. Like Reflection Studio on Facebook and visit reflectionstudio.com. That's Reflections with a Z.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
You be scared of John, watch me lead.
Top of the second inning. Bulldog Baseball brought to you by Community First Credit Union with 17 locations to serve you. By Dr. Dwayne Petrito at Petrito Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa, where they want to give you a smile that lasts a lifetime. Call today for an appointment. And by Reflection Studio next to New Cara Pharmacy in downtown Ottumwa. Looking good doesn't happen by chance. It happens by appointment with Reflection Studio in Ottumwa. Top of the second, Ottumwa nothing, Waukee nothing. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 of the Bulldogs. Adam Greiner, Adam Deniston, and Thomas Mitchell. Greiner hitting .333 in his first year as a varsity starter, and the first pitch from Matthew Irvin is fouled straight back 0-1. Greiner will not get cheated on his swings. Now, he has struck out 10 times, but he's also 6 for 21. The 0-1. Downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch on that outside corner, strike 2. And we said when Slack got the strikeout to end the bottom of the first inning that if that outside corner stays that generous, we might not see scoring for a while. Now, that pitch is way outside. That wasn't going to get the call. It's 2-2, but we've seen our home plate umpire here in Game 1 give a few inches off the corner, and most good pitchers will take advantage of that. The 2-2, that one is chopped foul back towards the Waukee dugout third base side. We'll do it again at 2-2. Griner digs back into that right-handed batter's box, standing upright. The 2-2, up and in, it hit him. And the Bulldogs have their first base runner leading off the second inning. Breaking ball there looked like it just slipped out of the hands of Irvin.
Number 8, Adam Denniston.
Here's Adam Denniston, the Bulldog catcher. And I think I said this last week when I did the Oskaloosa game, but it's good to see Adam back in the batter's box. Remember, he lost a good portion of the 2020 season getting hurt on a swing at Roosevelt. Takes an inside corner strike here, 0-1. Denniston 1 for 5 on the young season. That one hit was a triple. Griner at first, nobody out, throw to first, and Adam dives back in safely. And I think everybody in the Ottumwa dugout might hold their breath on a dive back into first like that, because that's how Trey Swartz hurt his hand yesterday. Griner 1 for 2 in stolen base tries. Bunt shown, but the throw goes to first instead. Close play, but Griner back in safely. No balls and a strike to Denniston. Squares around, took the pitch up and in, 1-1. Third baseman Kaufman charging. Now he'll back up and probably get ready to charge again. A good bunt in this situation would go to the first base side. Throw to first, and the ball gets away. Griner, kind of a late start, but it ricochets down the right field line a bit. Adam will stop at second as the throw comes back in. So a hit batter and now a throwing error on the pitcher, Irvin, puts a runner at second and nobody out, and a 1-1 count to Denniston, who likely will be swinging away now. Although with nobody out, I could almost see him maybe wanting to bunt Griner over to third. And now if you were going to bunt, you'd want it to go up the third base line and make the third baseman play it. Here is the pitch. It's inside as Denniston did square around, but he backed away. 2-1. Someone trying to play a little small ball here. The pitch, that's bunted, and a diving catch by the pitcher. Griner's way off second, but he'll get back safely as Irvin was face down on the grass. I mean, not injured, but just the way he caught it, the way he landed, and that didn't allow him to get up and double off Adam.
Number 18, Thomas Mitchell.
A great play by Matthew Irvin, and there's one down. If that ball gets past him, I imagine everybody's safe, because that wasn't towards the third baseman, that was towards shortstop. So here's Thomas Mitchell. He's 1 for 11 with an RBI. Probably going to start at first base for a while now with Swartz on the shelf. And he pops it foul off to the right out of play on the first pitch for strike one. It's been a big day in the sports world. A lot of headlines coming out. A lot of them not having anything to do with baseball. How dare they intrude on the summer sport? There's a liner down the right field line, but that's twisting foul into the corner, 0-2. Of course, the big news in college basketball, Duke head coach Mike Krzyzewski has announced that next season will be his last. So he'll retire 1 year after longtime North Carolina coach Roy Williams. The NBA, big shakeup in the Boston Celtics organization as a check swing by Mitchell laid off a tough breaking ball outside 1-2. The Celtics head coach Brad Stevens moves up to the front office as Danny Ainge retires as the head of basketball operations there. Pitch to Mitchell, fly ball to center. Not that deep. Underneath it is Barton. He'll make the catch. Griner bluffs tagging, but he'll stay where he is, and there's 2 down. So it's up to Miles Sainer if Ottumwa's going to get on the board here in the second inning.
Next up, number 12, left fielder, Miles Sainer.
Sainer 1 for 8 on the young season. Now we're getting down to the bottom part of the order where Ottumwa didn't generate many hits yesterday, but they had a lot of guys get on base drawing some free passes. Right now, though, you need a hit. Sainer takes a pitch up high, ball 1. Griner was hit by a pitch to start the inning. He went to second when a pickoff throw got away. But then Deniston's bunt was popped up and caught, and Mitchell flew to center. So 2 out, a man on second. Snap throw back to second. That sails into center field, but it goes right to Barton, who was charging in to back it up, and Griner stays where he is. Waukee put a play on there where they had the second baseman look like he was covering the bag. Then he broke back to his spot while the shortstop tried to sneak in behind Griner. Adam wasn't fooled. He was getting back. And then Irvin's throw sailed into center, but Barton backed it up. Now the pitch, swing and a miss. Griner got way off second that time, but he'll go back to the bag as the count evens at a ball and a strike. See what else in the sports world. Bob Baffert banned for 2 years by Churchill Downs after his Kentucky Derby winning horse was confirmed to have tested positive for illegal substances. Another throw back to second, Griner back in standing up. On the Major League Baseball scoreboard, nobody hotter right now than the Chicago Cubs, as this pitch, a breaking ball, a little bit high and away, 2-1. In fact, the only final today so far in the big leagues, the Cubs beat the Padres 6-1. The Cubs swept the Padres. Now the pitch, swing and a miss, and an outside heater, 2-2. Only other Major League game in progress right now, Mets and Diamondbacks are tied at 6 in the 8th. White Sox and Indians postponed, Phillies and Reds postponed, everything else under the lights. The 2-2. On the outside corner, called strike 3. And Matthew Irvin pitches around the leadoff hit batter for Waukee. No runs, 1 error, and 1 left. To go to the bottom of the second, no score on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hello, this is Lisa Bittner, Clinic Manager with Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine. We specialize in pediatrics to geriatrics, internal medicine, and family practice, basically from babies to grandparents. We are here for you. We want to be your primary care provider. Call us at 641-683-0800 to schedule an appointment. Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic, 522 North Hancock Street in Ottumwa. Your best life, our one purpose. Visit mercyone.org.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I ain't choose the gang chose me.
Bottom of the second inning, Ottumwa and number 4 Waukee scoreless so far in game 1. Ryan Slack pitched around a single and an error in that first inning, and now he'll go to work against the 6, 7, and 8 hitters of the Warriors here in the bottom of the second. Joe White will lead it off, then Jackson Van Pelt and Camden Kaufman.
Number 4, Joe White.
White, senior shortstop, batting .333 with a double and an RBI. Slack in the windup. Kind of positions that glove just off to the right of dead center of his chest. Here's the pitch. Bunt shown. Ooh, the pitch came up and in and went all the way to the backstop as White bailed out of there. Ball 1. I don't believe that's where Slack was expecting that pitch to go. That's certainly not where White was expecting it to go. Thankfully, he got out of the way. One and 0. And the next pitch. Hit in the air to right, heading over to his left. Underneath it and making the catch is Tanner Shark for out number 1. That brings up the catcher, Jackson Van Pelt. Van Pelt hitting .214, 3 for 14. All 3 of those hits are doubles, and he's driven in 3. He's also walked 6 times, so even though he's hitting .214, his on base is .429. Left-handed batter. Slack winds and delivers. Outside, ball one. Fair number of red-clad Ottumwa fans have made the drive up to Waukee for today's action. Ryan's dad is over there, first base side of the bleachers, leaning on the rail, watching his son pitch. There's a big swing and a miss by Van Pelt, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Ryan ready to go again, gets the sign from Denniston, and that pitch misses away. 2-1 to Van Pelt. Slack has fallen behind his share of hitters in the early going, and that's got the pitch count up a little bit. He had 24 through one inning. The 2-1 misses outside, 3-1. Righty to lefty. Slack rocks and fires. Inside, ball four. And a one-out walk. First free pass issued by Slack, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Cam Kaufman. And the junior hitting .067, just 1 for 15. He has driven in a couple of runs. And I don't know if Waukee would bunt with one out here, but it could be a possibility. And accordingly, Jesus Jaime at third, in on the edge of the grass. First pitch, grounder foul third base side. No sign of a bunt there, 0-1. Ryan working from the stretch here, 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the second inning. Had a similar situation in the first inning. Now the pitch. Fouled back to the screen, 0-2, pardon me. The left fielder, Dale Stout, on deck, the number 9 hitter. Slack with the runner going. The pitch is popped up to the right and foul, and Denniston had no idea where the ball had gone. That pop-up landed about 3 feet in front of the fence on the right side. It wasn't very high. I don't know if Adam would have gotten there anyway, but with the runner going, Kaufman popped it in the air, and Adam, unfortunately, did not know which way the ball had gone. Still 0-2. Runner not going, and the pitch swung on and missed. A late swing, strike 3, foul tipped into the mid of the catcher for out number 2. Third strikeout for Slack. So here's Dale Stout, left fielder. 2 for 7 on the young season with an RBI. That is a courtesy runner down at first for the catcher. And he's running, and the pitch is a strike. The throw down to second. The catch, the tag, not in time. Stolen base. Is that number 2? Number 3 running at second, so that's Lucas Gardner with the steal. That's his third of the year. So he's in scoring position with 2 out. It's 0-1 to Stout. Waukee now 2 for 2 in stolen bases on the game. Still no score, bottom of the second, 2 down, the pitch, and that goes over the head of Stout. Thought maybe that'd go to the backstop, but Denniston able to catch it for ball 1. Kind of a somewhat upright open stance for Stout in that right-handed batter's box. And the pitch is swung on and missed. He chased a high fastball, 1-2. Well, so far, when Ryan's gotten in a little bit of trouble early, he's just reared back and fired a fastball. And to this point, Waukee has not been able to catch up. And the pitch Swing and a miss, strike 3. And for the second inning in a row, Slack able to strand runners in scoring position with a strikeout. No runs, no hits, a walk and a man left. We go to the third inning. We're still scoreless on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
We all have a picture of the life we want to live, a desire to connect the work we do with a purpose. There is a way to get there, but the price of admission is money and the drive to succeed. Success takes skill. Skill takes training. Training takes work. If you're ready to live, learn, train, and connect, Job Corps is ready for you. Careers begin here.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Top of the third inning, Ottumwa and Waukee still scoreless in game 1 of our baseball doubleheader on KBIZ and on our live video stream. I know sometimes fans of our opponents pick up on the video stream, so if you're a Waukee fan, not able to be at the game today, thank you for tuning in. Obviously, we show a bit of favoritism towards our home team, but no disrespect to the Warriors. Obviously, an excellent baseball team. Matthew Irvin warming up for his third inning of work. He's thrown 32 pitches in 2 innings. Hasn't allowed a hit. He struck out 3. He has hit a batter. And he'll face Carter Thompson, Tanner Shark, and Colton McKinnon.
Second baseman, Carter Thompson.
Thompson 1 for 5 on the young season. I thought he had a bloop RBI single last night. Apparently, Ottumwa decided that was an error, not a hit, so they didn't give him his RBI. That pitch outside, ball 1. Thompson, just a sophomore, starting to earn regular playing time this year. That pitch way outside, 2-0. The bottom of this Bulldog lineup, I don't know if they're going to hit for much of an average this year, but they'll take their pitches and try to take their walks. And as soon as I say that, Thompson pops up a 2-0 pitch behind the plate. Van Pelt is able to make the catch on the right side near the screen for out number 1. So here's Tanner Shark.
Number 2, right fielder, Tanner Shark.
Left-handed batting sophomore is still looking for his first hit of the year. Does have a couple of runs batted in. He's drawn a couple of walks. He's hitting to a bit of tough luck. He had a sharp line drive to left that was caught last night. This time he hits a high fly to left center, trying to go the other way. Camped underneath it and making the catch is Stout for out number 2. Top of the order, McKinnon, quickly 2 out, nobody on for Ottumwa here in the top of the third. McKinnon bounced back to the mound his first time up. First pitch here on the outside corner for a called strike. We started on the big league scoreboard for today earlier, and we didn't get past the games that were done or in progress as that pitch is in the dirt 1-1. So let's see what other games tonight. Games involving Midwest teams. The Twins are at the Orioles tonight. That is chopped to the left side in the hole, backhanded by White. Long throw to first is in time. And the side is retired. We'll have to get back to the big league schedule a little bit later. Ottumwa goes in order. We go to the bottom of the third. We're still scoreless. Ottumwa at Waukee, game 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I do it for the love.
Ottumwa High Baseball brought to you by Andrew Schroeder with Schroeder Graphics and Sign LLC. Visit sgsignllc.com and like Schroeder Graphics and Sign LLC on Facebook. Schroeder Graphics, be a brand above. By Mark and the team at Champion Bowl in Ottumwa. Stop out and see the new and improved look, and they aren't done yet. More upgrades are on the way to Champion Bowl, where bowling is fun. And by Josh, Brenda, and the team at Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home. Bottom of the third inning, Ottumwa nothing, Waukee nothing. Warriors have the top of the order due up. Jacob Barton, Jackson Wentworth, and John Doty. Barton struck out, swinging his first time up. Left-handed batting center fielder digs in. First pitch this time from Slack is fouled back, 0-1. Again, on the big league schedule and scoreboard tonight, the Cubs have already beaten the Padres 6-1. That's a sweep for the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Mets and Diamondbacks tied at 6 in the ninth. Phillies and Reds rained out. White Sox and Indians rained out, so no baseball in Ohio today. Here's the 0-1, way outside, 1-1. On the schedule for tonight, Twins are in Baltimore. Cardinals out west in Los Angeles to take on the Dodgers. Tampa Bay is in New York to take on the Yankees as the 1-1 pitch misses away, 2-1. Marlins are playing the Blue Jays in Buffalo. Braves at home to take on Washington. Red Sox are at the Astros. Rockies hosting the Rangers, and the A's are at the Mariners tonight. Back here in Waukee, the 2-1, a little bit high off the glove of Denniston, 3-1. Boy, you don't want to walk the leadoff hitter, especially top of the order. Three balls and a strike. Jackson Wentworth on deck. Slack's pitch to Barton. Swing and a miss. Again, just threw that fastball right by him, 3-2. Now, can he do it a second time in a row? Will he try something else? He really hasn't gotten the feel for his off-speed stuff yet, it doesn't look like. So what does he do here? The 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Tried to paint the corner with the fastball and missed. Second walk issued by Slack. And here's Jackson Wentworth, who had a ground ball single to center. His first time up was eventually stranded at third base. Barton is a threat to steal. He's got one stolen base this year. It is out to a bigger lead. He's going. The pitch inside. The throw down to second, and it'll sail over second base. Good job by Mitch Wood to back up the play. Keep that ball from going into center field, but it's the second steal of the year for Jacob Barton. He is in scoring position with nobody out and a 1-0 count to Wentworth. Waukee's had a man in scoring position in all 3 innings now. This is the first time it's happened with nobody out. That pitch up high, 2-0. The Warriors left men at second and third in the first inning and left a man at second in the second. Slack looks back at second. Now the 2-0 pitch. Popped in the air to right. Carries out to Shark. Tagging is Barton. Shark comes in and makes a catch. Here's the throw to third. It's on the money, the tag, and he couldn't hang on to the ball. Jaime just couldn't hang on to that short hop throw right at the bag. Tried to make the tag and secure the catch at the same time. What a throw by Tanner Shark. Right to the bag, but unfortunately Ottumwa just couldn't hang on, and it's a runner at third with 1 out. Man, that was inches away from being one of the most impressive double plays we've seen in a long time. Here's John Doty, a ground ball to third his first time up. Infield comes in about halfway. He might come home on a sharp grounder. First pitch, fouled back to the screen, 0-1. So if you're Slack here, you're wanting the strikeout. If you're Doty, you want to hit the ball in the air. If you're the Ottumwa infield, where they're playing, if you get a hard hit ground ball to you and the runner goes home, that throw's coming home. Now the 0-1. Inside, and it got a piece of the jersey, so Doty will go to first. Runners at the corners for Aiden McGee.
Fielder, number 19, Aiden McGee.
What's interesting is that there is a way that could be beneficial for Ottumwa because you do set up the possibility of a traditional double play. And McGee did hit a ground ball his first time up. He reached on an error. It was a weakly hit grounder. So now the middle infielders a double play depth. Jaime in about even with the bag or a step in front of it at third and out of the edge of the grass. And there's a breaking ball strike, 0-1 to McGee. So a ground ball to Jaime at third. If Barton breaks from third, the throw will come home. A ground ball to second or short, they'll try to turn two. You do have Mitchell holding the runner Doty on at first. Runner goes, pitch is swung on and missed. It's in the dirt, no chance to throw. And now the double play is out of order as I thought Waukee would put him in motion, and they did. Doty gets his first steal of the year. The count is 0-2 to McGee. And now the middle infielders come in about halfway again. Jaime even with the bag at third. Slack wants the strikeout. Here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. He got him on 3 pitches, and that's a big second out. Now the infield will back up to normal depth with runners at second and third for Colin Evers, who was called out on strikes to end the first inning.
Colin Evers.
Slack trying to Houdini his way out of this third inning. Second and third, 2 outs, still scoreless for the moment. Righty to lefty, the pitch. Fly ball to center. McKinnon is there, barely having to move, makes the catch, and Ryan Slack does indeed Houdini his way out of the third. No runs, no hits, 2 left. We're headed to the 4th inning. Bulldogs and Warriors are still scoreless on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi, this is Vince Tyson, General Manager with Citizens Mutual in Bloomfield, the area's premier broadband provider. Wapello County, we have heard your screams of frustration. You need reliable internet, and we are proud to expand high-speed fiber internet into Wapello County. Express your interest today by going to findmyfiber.mycmtech.com. Again, that's findmyfiber.mycmtech.com. We look forward to hearing from you and bringing you the very best internet service at Citizens Mutual, coming soon to Wapello County.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Top of the 4th inning. Ottumwa's walked a bit of a tightrope in this one, but it's still scoreless as they play game 1 at number 4 Waukee. The Warriors left runners at second and third in the first inning, a runner at second in the second inning, and they had runners at second and third with 1 out in the third and left both of those men in scoring position. Heart of the order for Ottumwa due up: Mitch Wood, Jesus Jaime, Adam Greiner. Wood called out on strikes his first time up. First pitch is downstairs on the inner half for ball 1. That pitch in there for a strike, and we're even at 1-1. Matthew Irvin still on the mound, of course, for Waukee in his 4th inning of work. The 1-1 in the dirt all the way to the backstop. 2-1. That pitch chopped foul off to the left side, fielded by head coach John Yeager in the third base coaching box. Count evens at 2-2. John at third, Luke Gomath, the first base coach for Ottumwa. Irvin into the wind and the 2-2 to Wood. A little bit low and away, full count 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to the right side, past the diving Evers into right center field for a leadoff hit. And Mitch Wood has the first Bulldog hit of the afternoon. That brings up Jesus Jaime, who struck out swinging his first time up.
Next up, number 24, third baseman, Jesus Jaime.
So Jaime digs in. Ottumwa has its second base runner. Wood with a short lead at first, and the pitch is driven into center field. That's down for a base hit, and it gets past the center fielder. Wood racing for third. They're going to wheel him home. Mitch around third. The throw comes into second. The relay to the plate not in time. Ottumwa leads 1-0. So Jaime a clean single to center, and then it just got right past Jacob Barton, who then slipped and fell. Jaime ended up at second, and Wood comes all the way around to score on the error. No RBI for Jaime, but Ottumwa draws first blood. Now here's Adam Greiner, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. Well, we had some crazy plays lead to runs last night, and that was a bolt out of the blue here in Waukee. Adam swings and late and fouls it off to the right, 0-1. Greiner out of the batter's box. Might have been adjusting a batting glove there. Jaime at second, still nobody out. Chance maybe to turn this into a crooked number on the scoreboard as that pitch dips low and away, 1-1. Don't know yet whether that's an earned or an unearned run. Without the error, you'd have runners at first and second. Greiner now showing bunt. And the pitch low and away, snap throw back to second, and Jaime back in safely. Nope, that pitch was called a strike, so it's 1-2. Oh, I see what Adam's doing. He's checking the code on the wristband as Coach Yeager calls out the plays. Ottumwa's gone to the number code in the wristband system here. The 1-2. Hitting the air, foul off to the right, out of play. Adam was late on that one, but he got a piece of it. Should be some little kids camped out across the street there, like kids camp out across the street from Wrigley Field. Chance at a foul ball. Here's the 1-2, up and in, 2-2. A run home for Ottumwa on 2 hits and an error here in the top of the 4th inning. Runner at second, nobody out. And the 2-2 to Greiner. Swing and a chopper foul, a big breaking ball, and Adam just did get a piece. Again, he doesn't get cheated. Even on those big, slow breakers, he's taking a full swing. If he ever barrels one of those up, it could go a long ways. And I said it last night, but it bears repeating. It's that old philosophy, swing hard in case you hit it. 2-2 to the Bulldog Jr. Kick and the pitch. Hit in the air, shallow right, basically a pop-up, but coming on to make the catch is Aiden McGee, the right fielder for out number 1, as Jaime stays at second. One away for Adam Denniston, who popped up to the pitcher on a bunt attempt his first time up.
Next up, catcher number 8, Adam Denniston.
Left-handed batting catcher, slightly open stance, digs in. First pitch, fouled back to the screen, 0-1. Mitch Wood singled to start the inning. Jesus Jaime singled to center, and that set off the crazy chain of events as Denniston swings and misses 0-2. Jaime singled to center. I don't know if Barton saw it cleanly or misread it somehow. He looked a little hesitant as that ball came towards him and when Jaime got a single, and it just went right past him. And that allowed Wood to score from first. The 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Denniston gone quickly, and there's 2 down. 4 strikeouts for Matthew Irvin, and that brings up Thomas Mitchell, who flew out to center his first time up. So Ottumwa had a run home and a runner at second, nobody out in this inning. Jaime still at second with 2 down. The pitch to Mitchell, poked foul up the first baseline for strike 1. Irvin from the stretch, a check of the runner at second. Now the 0-1. Down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mitchell looking for a base hit to maybe bring home the second run of the inning, and he tried to check his swing but went around on a pitch that might have been a strike anyway on the outside corner, 0-2. The kick and the pitch, up and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mitchell just trying to hang in there. At this point, just about everything's been outside. You're probably looking for something you can drive the other way. The 2-2. And he hits a 1-hopper that gets through on the right side, charging, though, quickly, and the throw to first is in time, and Mitchell is out 9-3. Aiden McGee was cheating in because he didn't want to let the run score, but he'd come in so far that when that ground ball got past the second baseman, Evers, he picked it up in time to throw Mitchell out at first. So 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Bulldogs lead 1-0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I did not come to play, I came to dominate.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Ottumwa's scratched out a 1-0 lead. Bulldog baseball brought to you by Citizens Mutual in Bloomfield, your premium broadband provider, expanding into Wapello County. Please go to findmyfiber.mycmtech.com to express interest in fiber internet at your home. By Mike and the team at Mike's Pizza, Ottumwa's favorite place to eat. And by Ottumwa Job Corps Center, providing the skills you need to succeed in today's workforce at no cost to you. Visit ottumwajobcorps.gov. Ryan Slack's first pitch to Joe White here in the bottom of the 4th. Shows bunt, came up and in. Didn't that happen with White his first time up? Same thing, showed a bunt. The pitch came high and tight for ball 1. First time I said, well, that nobody wanted that to happen. This time maybe Slack has a scouting report that White likes to bunt and didn't want to let him do it. That pitch hit in the air, foul down the right side, twisting out of play. Boy, Shark got all the way over to the fence for a look, but it was well over the fence foul. Count evens at a ball and a strike. One nothing Ottumwa. Bulldogs a run on 2 hits in the top of the 4th inning. Actually a run on 2 hits plus a critical error on the second hit. That pitch up and in, and the count 2-1 to White. Again, if you missed the top of the 4th, Mitch Wood led it off with a single. Jesus Jaime then singled to center. Should have been runners at first and second, but then the ball got by the center fielder Barton, and Wood came all the way around to score what is the only run of the game so far. That pitch a little bit high, and it's 3-1 to White. Now, Waukee has had its chances. They've left 5 men on base, all in scoring position in the first 3 innings, and now Slack is in danger of issuing a leadoff walk for the second straight inning. Needs to throw a strike here, the 3-1, and he didn't. He missed well up and in ball 4. So White at first, and the batter is the catcher Jackson Van Pelt, who walked his first time up. Slack has walked 3, and he has struck out 5. Joe White has 1 steal on the year. Waukee has run pretty liberally in this game. They've already stolen 3 bases. Long pause by Slack, and the pitch. Bunt shown, pitch was in the dirt. Denniston had to turn around to find it, but White will stay put at first, and that's ball 1. Pretty rare for Waukee to be trailing, at least in the early part of the season. They're 5-1. Bunt shown, throw to first instead, and close play, but back in safely as White. Waukee's only loss is a 2-0 defeat yesterday to Urbandale. They split that doubleheader. They won the other game 4-0. They've won 2 other games by shutout. Runner goes, the 1-0, pitch is high, throw down to second, and it bounced off the mound. They still got a tag on it, but not in time. And Carter Thompson is saying, he's claiming that White came off the bag, but he's not going to win the argument. Now runner at second, nobody out, in a 2-0 count. That was a high fastball. A good pitch for Denniston to throw on, but I think the ball, I don't think he had a good grip on it. It came out, it bounced off the mound directly to Thompson at second, and he still was able to put a tag on him. When that ball hit the mound, it could have gone anywhere. Now the 2-0. A little bit high, 3-0. Slack at 62 pitches. Now, because of where the dugout is situated, I cannot see the Ottumwa bullpen from here. So I won't know when anybody gets up. The 3-0, outside ball 4. Oh, and he called that a strike. Wow. Slack, in my semi-professional opinion, got a break right there. 3-1. See if we can take advantage of it. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Van Pelt steps out of the box. I think he's a little frustrated, not by the swing and miss so much as the strike call on the 3-0 offering. Now 3-2. Righty to lefty. A look back at second by Ryan Slack. Another look, a third look. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Van Pelt bangs the bat on the ground in frustration. I can't say I blame him. 1 down. Strikeout number 6 for Ryan Slack, and here's Cam Kaufman, who struck out his first time up. Waukee with the man in scoring position, as they've had in every inning. But Ottumwa still leading 1-0 here in the 4th. White kind of started and stopped out there. Now the pitch, strike at the knees, 0-1. Boy, Slack has suddenly found the range again. He walked White on 5 pitches. He was 3-0 on Van Pelt. He got a generous strike call to make it 3-1, and since then everything's been in the zone. A long look at second, now the 0-1. Swing and a miss, chased a high one, snap throw down to second, the tag not in time. It was pretty close. But the count 0-2 on Kaufman. The number 9 hitter, Dale Stout, on deck. No balls, 2 strikes to Kaufman, the Warrior third baseman. Slack's pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Kaufman down on 3 pitches for out number 2.
Next up, left fielder, number 11, Dale Stout.
That's 7 strikeouts for Ryan Slack. And here's Dale Stout, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. Slack in the stretch. Big lead at second by White. And the pitch. Popped up foul right side. Is it playable for Mitchell? Over near the fence. Makes the catch to retire the side. And once again, Slack will strand a runner in scoring position. No runs, no hits, a walk, a stolen base, and a man left at second. After 4, Bulldogs 1, Warriors nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dwayne Petrito, your orthodontist in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. Many of our patients are playing in this game, and we want you to know we are happy to see you representing your school and playing hard. If you haven't been in to see us yet, please call our office for an appointment. Your first appointment is always free. From start to finish, we are here for you every step of the way. We specialize in giving you a great smile and bite. We look forward to seeing you soon. Our team is cheering for you in today's game.
Go Bulldogs! You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Gotta go all the way.
Top of the fifth inning. Fairly fast-moving game one. Ottumwa leading Waukee 1-0. Bulldogs scratching across an unearned run in the fourth.
Leading off for Ottumwa, number 12.
And it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Dogs here in the fifth. Sainer, Thompson, and Shark. Matthew Irvin, the tall right-hander on the mound, brings it home, and a swing and a miss by Miles, 0-1. Sainer was called out on strikes his first time up. That pitch swung on and missed, and the count quickly 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, fouled back, just got a piece of it with the end of the bat, did Sainer, still 0-2. Irvin working quickly. Sainer might do well to step out of the box here, but he'll dig right back in. Another 0-2. Low and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The wind by Irvin and the pitch. Bounced it in there, 2-2. It's almost done a pretty good job of making him work. 66 pitches now here. With nobody out in the top of the fifth. Now the 2-2. Popped foul out of play. And we remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Inside corner called strike 3, and Sainer was looking for something outside. Irvin crossed him up that time, out number 1.
Now hitting number 19, second baseman Carter Thompson.
Strikeout number 5 for Matthew Irvin. And the first pitch to Thompson is a strike. Thompson fouled out to the catcher his first time up. And this pitch lifted in the air to shallow right. Coming on is McGee. He'll make the catch for out number 2.
Next up, number 12, right field.
The number 9 hitter, Tanner Shark, stands in. He flew out to left his first time up. McGee is playing a very shallow right field. And he stays there even with the left-handed batting Shark up. Pitch is way outside, ball 1. And there's a big gap in right center. The center fielder, Barton, a few steps over towards left center. If Shark could pull one in the gap, he could run all day. He is being pitched outside, and that pitch is on the corner at the letters, 1-1. Sun had been behind some clouds, but now it pops out again. As the 1-1 is hit in the air, foul off to the left. Look out over near the concession stand and restrooms. Count is 1-2. 2 out, nobody on, top 5. Ottumwa leading Waukee 1-0. And the pitch to Shark. He went around on a pitch in the dirt, couldn't check his swing, and the inning is over on the strikeout. Bulldogs go in order. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Ottumwa holding on to that 1-0 lead on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Wondering what to have for lunch or supper? Stop in and see Mike and his team at Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse. Whether you want amazing Greek food, pasta, salads, sandwiches, fish, chicken, steak, or the best pizza in town, they have what you want. They are always open for carryout, and their full menu is available at mikespizzasteakhouse.com. Thank you, Southern Iowa, for making Mike's Pizza and Steakhouse your favorite restaurant and your favorite pizza place. Proud to support the Ottumwa Bulldogs.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
You be scared of John, watch me leap though.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Bulldog Baseball brought to you by Slayton Polaris, your home for the best deals on Polaris Rangers and ATVs. Call or stop in and see them today, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski. By Mercy One Ottumwa Family and Internal Medicine Clinic, 522 North Hancock Street in Ottumwa. Your best life, our one purpose. Visit mercy1.org. And by Lisco, Southeast Iowa's leader in fiber optic telecommunications, Lisco of Fairfield. Ryan Slack has thrown 69 pitches in 4 innings. Waukee has stranded 6 runners in the first 4 innings, all of them in scoring position. First and third, they left runners at second and third. In the second and fourth, they left a man at second base. Top of the order here, Jacob Barton, who has not put a ball in play yet. He struck out in the first inning. He walked leading off the third and was eventually stranded at third. He has a stolen base in the game. He also has the game's critical play, but not the way he wanted to. We'll get back to that in a moment. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. It was Barton who slipped and misplayed the single by Jesus Jaime in the fourth inning. Let the ball get past him and allowed Mitch Wood to score all the way from first. That's the game's only run to this point. Ottumwa leading at 1-0. Righty to lefty, the 0-1. Pop foul to the left. Jaime's going to be over for a look, but it's out of play. And the count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Wentworth and Doty to follow Barton here in the fifth for the Warriors. Barton digs back in, open stance in that left-handed box. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Got him on an outside fastball, 1 down.
Next up, designated hitter, number 32, Jackson.
Strikeout number 8 for Ryan Slack. He's really racking up the Ks today. Here's Jackson Wentworth, a single in the first inning, a fly out to right in the third, 1 for 2. First pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss at a high fastball, 0-1. Wentworth will dig back in. The 0-1 offering. Breaking ball at the letters, called a strike on the inside corner, 0-2. It's one of the better off-speed pitches we've seen from Slack today. Denniston sets up away, the 0-2. Little looper behind short, that'll drop in for a bloop single. Off the handle, but Wentworth able to muscle it into shallow left center field for his second hit, and by my count, that's only the second hit of the game for the Warriors.
Number 27, John Doty.
So here's John Doty, who's 0 for 1. He's grounded to third, and he's been hit by a pitch. Waukee has stolen a base in every inning. Wentworth does not have a steal on the season. Will they have him run here? First pitch on the way, and a fly ball to right center. This could be trouble. That's in the gap, and that's off the fence. Wentworth racing for third. They're wheeling him home. There could be a play. Oh, the relay throw won't be made, as unable to hang on to the throw from the outfield was Thompson, the second baseman. Scoring is Wentworth, and we're tied at 1 on John Doty's 11th RBI of the year.
Now hitting right fielder, number 19, Aiden McGee.
Well, if Thompson was catching that ball, or trying to catch that ball just as Wentworth was rounding third, and I thought if he turned and fired home, we might have had a play at the plate, but Thompson not able to secure the throw cleanly. So here is McGee, who has reached on an error and has struck out. Tied at 1 now, bottom 5. Slack's pitch. Up and in, ball 1. That's how baseball goes. Slack looked like he was going to cruise in this inning. And then an 0-2 pitch in on the hands of Wentworth, just a flare over shortstop that dropped in for a bloop single. Next pitch, a double off the wall. That pitch swung on and missed. Snap throw down to second. It'll be a little bit wide of the bag. As back in safely is Doty. Count evens at 1-1 to McGee. Ottumwa one run on 2 hits. Waukee 1 run on 3 hits. Each team's committed an error. Now the 1-1 bunt shown, bunted back to the screen. Count goes to 1-2. McGee trying to bunt for a hit there. One ball, 2 strikes. Slack taking his time from the stretch. A look back at second. Another look. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased a high fastball. Another snap throw to second. Deflects into center field, but it'll be backed up by McKinnon. 2 down on the second strikeout of the inning. 9th of the game for Slack.
Number 17, Colin Evers.
And here's Colin Evers, who's been called out on strikes and is flied to center, 0 for 2. Left-handed batter, open stance. Red bat in his hands as he digs in. First pitch on the way. And a pop foul off to the left out of play. For strike 1. Slack again taking his time on the mound. And the 0-1 pitch popped in the air, foul off to the left. That's not a replay, although it looks like it. Almost landed in the exact same spot. 0-2. Slack trying to get out of the inning and limit the damage to the 1 run. The pitch, fly ball tailing to left center. This could be trouble. Long run. It falls between the 2 outfielders. It'll be a tailing double for Evers. Scoring is Doty, and Waukee leads 2-1. The inning continues for Joe White, who has flied out and walked 0 for 1. That was not a ringing double off the bat of Evers, but it's kind of a fly ball that just kept tailing away from McKinnon, the center fielder, and the left fielder, Sainer, couldn't quite get far enough to make the catch either. First pitch by Slack, in the dirt, good, stopped by Denniston, low and away, ball 1. Now Slack from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch. On the outside corner, says the umpire, 1-1. .85 pitches now for Ryan Slack. Been a bit unlucky this inning. Waukee kept battling, and they've finally broken through. Now the 1-1. Good curveball dropped in for a strike, 1-2. White gave up on that one early. It looked like it would be high, and then it just dropped right into the heart of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Slack a strike away from getting out of this inning, but he was a strike away with Evers before the fly ball that fell in for a double. The 1-2. Liner, diving catch by Mitch Wood, and the side is retired. There's your future Iowa Hawkeye at work. What a play diving to his right. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 left. After 5, Bulldogs trail Waukee 2-1 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
We know now more than ever how important high-speed fiber internet is to our customers, ranging from at-home work, at-home schooling, and all of your online gaming and streaming requests. We have you covered, but don't wait. Our springtime queue is filling up fast, and I want to help you get your name on that list. Call me, Samantha, your local Lisco sales rep at 641-209-5400. That's 209-5400, or visit our website at www.lisco.com.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I ain't choose the gang chose me.
Top of the 6th inning, and all of a sudden, a game that looked like it was getting a little bit late for Waukee is now getting a little bit late for Ottumwa. The Bulldogs trail the Warriors 2-1. Bulldogs do have the top of the order due up: Colton McKinnon, Mitch Wood, and Jesus Jaime.
Leading off for Ottumwa, center fielder, number 27, Colton McKinnon.
McKinnon has bounced back to the mound and grounded to short, 0 for 2. First pitch from Matthew Irvin is on the inside corner for a called strike. So much of Irvin's work has been away to the Ottumwa hitters today that now he's starting to find success inside by crossing them up a little bit. That pitch missed away, and the count even at 1-1. That's what a good pitcher does third time through the order. You change things up a bit. The 1-1. Hit in the air, foul off to the right, out of play, 1-2. Ottumwa still only down a run to the number 4 team in Class 4A. Would love to get that leadoff man on. The pitch came inside. Looked like it was headed for his head. It was a breaking ball that did come back towards the plate a little bit, but McKinnon still had to get out of the way, 2-2. I bet you somebody in the dugout yelled, "Wear it, we have ice." That pitch outside corner swung on and missed, strike 3 for out number 1. Matthew Irvin's working too quickly for me to get my jokes in. Here's Mitch Wood, struck out in the first inning, singled and scored the Bulldog run in the 4th. If you're Wood, you're thinking about trying to find a ball you can drive, get some kind of extra base hit. He swings and chops it foul here, 0-1. Good ball game between the Bulldogs and the Warriors. You expect that when two teams come in at 5-1. And it's only game 1 of our doubleheader. Here's the 0-1. Way high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Irvin hasn't missed the strike zone much. When he has, it's been way off the plate. Here's the 1-1, and that's popped up right side, shallow right center. Should be easy for McGee, the right fielder. He makes the catch, 2 down.
Now hitting third baseman, number 24, Jesus Jaime.
So here's Jesus Jaime, 1 for 2. He singled in the 4th inning, and then that was the ball that got away from Barton and let Wood score from first. It's not easy to hit a home run off Matthew Irvin, but 2 out, nobody on, 1-run game. I'm sure Zeus would like nothing more than to get a hold of one. That pitch missed up and away a little bit, ball 1. The next pitch, swing and a miss, chase to breaking ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Irvine winds and delivers, and Zeus will line it into center. That'll get down for a base hit. Almost took another funny hop on Barton, but he stays in front of this one, gets it back in. So Zeus 2 for 3. We've got a base runner with 2 down, and the batter Adam Greiner, who's been hit by a pitch and who has flied to right. Short lead at first for Zeus, and the pitch. Hit in the air, shallow, high in the air, right side. McGee drifting in again. Makes the catch. And Ottumwa's done in the sixth. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom half of the inning. Bulldogs down 2-1 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Bottom of the sixth inning. Ottumwa has gone to the bullpen here. Tyler Shark, the senior lefty, is on in relief of Ryan Slack, who pitched very well against a top 5 team today. For Shark, as we dig up the stats here, this will be his second appearance. He's 1-0. He's thrown 4 innings in relief and has not allowed an earned run. He's only given up 2 hits in 4 innings, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. If Ottumwa doesn't come back in the 7th inning, this would be a tough luck loss for Ryan Slack. He threw 5 innings, allowed just 4 hits and 2 runs.
Leading off for the Warriors, catcher, number 25, Jackson Van Pelt.
Slack struck out 9 through 5 innings and walked 3. The walks didn't hurt him. First batter that Shark faces is Jackson Van Pelt. The pitch inside and backed him off the plate as it got away for ball 1. 88 pitches by my count for Ryan Slack in the start today. That pitch misses and the count 2-0. Bottom third of the Waukee order here, Van Pelt, Kaufman, and Stout. The 2-0 pitch comes in high, 3-0. Ottumwa down 2-1. The 3-0. Strike at the knees, 3-1. Van Pelt has walked and struck out, hasn't put a ball in play yet. He hits a liner down the first baseline, snagged on a hop by Thomas Mitchell, who robbed him of extra bases. He'll step on the bag for out number 1.
Next up, third baseman, number 13, Cam Kaufman.
That's a second good defensive play in a row for Ottumwa. Mitch Wood had a diving catch of a line drive to end the 5th inning, and now Mitchell, a great one-hop snag to start the bottom of the 6th. Here's Cam Kaufman, struck out twice against Ryan Slack, now facing the lefty Tyler Shark. The pitch, bunt shown, bunted, third base side, good bunt. Jaime, barehanded play, throw to first, not in time. Bunt single for Kaufman. He's at first with 1 down for Dale Stout.
Next up, left fielder, number 11, Dale Stout.
Not much Ottumwa could do on that one. A perfectly placed bunt by Kaufman. Now how will Waukee played with 1 on and 1 out, but a lefty on the mound in Shark. A little tougher to run on a lefty. Kaufman's got a pretty good sized lead, not going. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Five hits in the game now for Waukee. As that pitch, bunt shown. Snap throw back down to first, a little wide of the bag. The tag not in time. Man, a throw on the bag would have gotten Kaufman. He's straight too far off of first. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Shark from the stretch and the pitch. Bunted third base side. That'll be fielded by Jaime. Throw to first. Not in time. Back-to-back bunt singles by the bottom of the Waukee order, and now they're threatening to expand their one-run lead with the top of the order, Jacob Barton, coming up.
Next up, center fielder, number 7, Jacob Barton.
Well, that bunt shouldn't have come as a surprise. Stout had squared around on the 0-1 pitch. Did so again 1-1. Now, Zeus in on the grass at third. Again, there's one out, so if they lay down a bunt, you've got to get that second out. That pitch sailed in a little bit outside and high, ball 1. No sign of a bunt on that pitch from Barton. Shark from the third base side of the rubber, way over on the edge. The 1-0. High fly to right, going back is Shark. Looking up, it's off the wall. Tanner fires it back in. They're waving the runner around third. Relay throw to the plate will not be made. RBI double, Jacob Barton. And Waukee leads 3-1. Third RBI double in the last 2 innings for the Warriors.
Next up, designated hitter number 32, Jackson Wentworth.
Here's Jackson Wentworth. His bloop single started the Waukee 2-run rally in the 5th inning. Wentworth is 2 for 3. Lefty to righty now. Shark will work from the windup with runners at second and third. Tyler's pitch to Wentworth. Outside, ball 1. Tyler and Tanner Shark sharing the field now, of course. Tanner and right, the sophomore. The 1-0 pitch. Popped it up on the infield. Who wants it? Shark calling for it. He stumbles but makes the catch off to the first base side of the mound for out number 2. That would have loaded the bases if he hadn't caught it. The runners at second and third were holding their ground at their bags. But it is 2 away.
Now hitting number 27.
And the batter, John Doty, who tied the game with his double an inning ago. He is 1 for 2. He's also been hit by a pitch. Doty's their leading RBI man. He has 11 on the season. First base is open. You don't have to give in to him here. Shark brings it home. And a pop-up right side. Drifting foul. Can anybody get there? Mitchell trying to get underneath it. He'll make the catch. Foul territory up the line and right to retire the side. So good job by Tyler Shark after giving up the run to avoid further damage. But it is 1 run on 3 hits and 2 left. Go to the top of the 7th. The Dogs need 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. They're down 3-1 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Are you looking for someone to capture the special moments in life, such as senior photos, weddings, family portraits, baby pictures, or even your furry friends? Look no further than Lee's Photography in Ottumwa to schedule your appointment. Brian, Connie, and the staff at Lee's Photography have the knowledge and experience to capture your special moments and make your vision come to life. Visit them on Facebook to see the range of their work. Lee's Photography on East 2nd Street, across from the Courier in Ottumwa, for all your all-around photography needs.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I do it for the love.
Last chance for Ottumwa in Game 1. They trail Waukee 3-1. And the Bulldogs will have Denniston, Mitchell, and Sainer due up against Matthew Irvin, who's trying to pitch another complete game for Waukee. Denniston has popped out and struck out 0 for 2. First pitch, down and in, ball 1. That's pitch number 87 for Irvin, so no worry about his pitch count right now. And that pitch popped up left side, back behind shortstop, shallow left field. Out is the shortstop, White, to make the catch, and there's 1 away.
Now hitting first baseman.
That'll bring up Thomas Mitchell, who has flied out and grounded out 0 for 2. First pitch to Mitchell misses, ball 1. And there's a ground ball to short, fielded by White, sets his feet, throws just in time. Boy, Mitchell almost beat that out, but the Bulldogs are down to their final out in game 1. Miles Sainer will be the batter.
Next up, number 12, left fielder, Miles Sainer.
He's been called out on strikes twice. Swing and a miss, strike 1. At the very least, Miles doesn't want to go down looking. And here's a little looper to left center field. That is down for a hit, and it's going to roll all the way to the fence. Sainer around first on his way to second. It's a 2-out double, and the Bulldogs aren't done yet. And boy, how important now is that Waukee insurance run in the bottom of the 6th inning. If Waukee hadn't scored in the 6th, Sainer would be the tying run at second. Instead, Carter Thompson is the tying run at the plate. He's fouled out to the catcher and flied to right 0 for 2. Irvin from the stretch will make him work a little more at least. That pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Oh, 0-1 to Thompson, the sophomore trying to come through in a big spot. Poked foul back to the screen, and the Dogs down to their final strike, 0-2. Tanner Shark on deck if Thompson can keep the ball game alive. Runner at second, 2 down. Ottumwa down 3-1 in the 7th. The pitch. Breaking ball called, strike 3. Thompson didn't like it. But that's the ball game as Ottumwa puts up a real fight against number 4 Waukee, but they fall in the opener of the doubleheader by a final of 3-1. We'll take 3 minutes, come back, and get you the Game 1 totals on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people. People with goals. People who want to save more. People that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you. Great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Schroeder Graphics and Signs, LLC, across the road from RJ Performance, is your go-to headquarters for all things custom designed, including vehicle wraps, printing, signs, billboards, and state-of-the-art commercial lighted signs. They also do window designs, semis, and VIN DOTs, wall designs, any size of coolers, customized bag boards, custom trailers, tumblers, race cars, go-karts, off-road vehicles, and more. Realtors, contact them for your custom yard signs, too. Visit sgsignsllc.com and like them on Facebook. Schroeder Graphics, be a brand above.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dwayne Petrito, your orthodontist in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. Many of our patients are playing in this game, and we want you to know we are happy to see you representing your school and playing hard. If you haven't been in to see us yet, please call our office for an appointment. Your first appointment is always free. From start to finish, we are here for you every step of the way. We specialize in giving you a great smile and bite. We look forward to seeing you soon. Our team is cheering for you in today's game.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent. Our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.
Cole Palace Cafe and Books invites you to stop in and try their real, not fast, fresh, never frozen, made-in-house menu, which is sure to satisfy. Start your day with their fresh brewed coffee or one of their specialty drinks and a delicious breakfast. Stop in for a cup of one of their homemade soups, a sandwich, or salad for lunch. Don't forget dessert. At Cole Palace Cafe and Books, your purchases help our neighbors with disabilities learn valuable job skills. Check out their gently used books while you wait. That's Cole Palace Cafe and Books at 226 West Main Street, Ottumwa.
Hi, this is Vince Tyson, General Manager with Citizens Mutual in Bloomfield, the area's premier broadband provider. Wapello County, we have heard your screams of frustration. You need reliable internet, and we are proud to expand high-speed fiber internet into Wapello County. Express your interest today by going to findmyfiber.mycmtech.com. Again, that's findmyfiber.mycmtech.com. We look forward to hearing from you and bringing you the very best internet service at Citizens Mutual, coming soon to Wapello County.
You're watching the Ottumwa Bulldogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Ottumwa High Baseball on KBIZ and on the live video stream. Game 1 in the books, and the Bulldogs had a 1-0 lead in the 5th inning over number 4 Waukee, but they couldn't hold it as the Warriors rally to win it 3-1. A well-pitched ball game, but Ottumwa comes up on the short end of it. For the Warriors, 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. They left 9 on base. Matthew Irvin, the winning pitcher, he's now 2-0. It was a complete game victory for the senior. For Ottumwa, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error, 4 left on base. Ryan Slack, a tough luck loss. He's 1-1. The ball game took 1 hour and 34 minutes to complete. Waukee now 6-1. Ottumwa drops to 5-2. And game 2 of our doubleheader is coming up in just a little while. What we'll do right now is take a 3-minute timeout on the radio side. Then we'll get you an update, Radio Iowa News, Radio Iowa Sports. And after that, we'll be back here to get you set for the nightcap. On the video side, going to take down the stream, reset the router, get things going again for Game 2, and we'll be back with you in just a little while on there. Again, the Bulldogs drop Game 1 to number 4 Waukee 3-1, but another chance coming up in Game 2. Keep it right here. We'll be back to the ballpark in just a little while on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
It's time to choose the credit union with a new perspective. At Meridian Credit Union, we don't just see member profiles. We see people with goals, people who want to save more, people that we can help. That's why we offer financial services convenient to you, great loan rates, online banking with bill pay, mobile banking, and credit cards. Join the many satisfied Meridian members today. See how our perspective can help you.
Meridian Credit Union, where it feels like home.
Hi, I'm Mark Frimeware, new owner of Champion Bowl in Ottumwa, Iowa. Call us at Champion Bowl to join the fun. We have new hours to better serve you. We are open Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to midnight, and noon to 10 every Sunday. If you just want to hang out in the lounge, we have a full bar and a great menu. Make sure and like us on Facebook for weekly fun and special at Champion Bowl in Ottumwa, where bowling is fun.
Seasons change. Our priorities change. Your financial needs change. But there's one thing that remains consistent: our dedication to making your financial life easier together. So let's get to know each other, because together is better.